Why are you handing me this book? I don't know how to read. But I do know that there's good news for the iPhone 14. Yippee! So what are you waiting for? If you're excited for today's video, drop a like down below. It seriously helps me and the channel out. And click that subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you never miss a beat. What's up, guys? Sam Cole here. Welcome. I'm just staring at the book to make sure it's fine. I don't know why I care about a book, but suddenly I have this emotional attachment to a book I haven't touched for 2 years. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope you're welcoming back to the video, because I know I sure am. We finally got some good things to talk about for the iPhone 14. First, though, I want to jump into some AirPods Pro updates, because I know this is like the #1 comment I get repeatedly from you guys. And when I say repeatedly, I mean repeatedly. You guys really want to know when AirPods Pro 2 are coming out, don't ya? So let's start off with that. Let's start off with AirPods Pro 2, of which the rumors have been really weird. Like, at first we heard there was gonna be this massive redesign that would be game-changing, literally eliminating the stem and replacing it with just a standalone circular bud. But then those rumors kind of fell apart when our first look at AirPods Pro actually came in the middle of last year. Just randomly, somebody sent Mac Rumors the images of AirPods Pro, and I'll give you guys just a second. I know you're fast, but I'll give you just a moment to look at this image and really take it to heart. Do you notice that it looks the same as AirPods Pro? Well, you would be right. Look, you've won a prize. What's your prize? It's this book! But listen, while the buds themselves aren't getting the major redesign that we had heard about, the case is actually getting a major upgrade. Not only is there going to be a loop that you can attach now, so it'll sort of be like a built-in portion of a case where you can put it around your wrist and wear it, I guess. If you want to do that, I don't know what pros are clamoring for the little on their wrist, but if you're one of those folks, then AirPods Pro 2 are for you. Now, the big upgrade for the case is that there is going to be a speaker built in now, which makes sense for a Pro feature, I guess, because if you're paying $250 for your AirPods Pro, you should probably have a reliable way to find them. It will make finding your AirPods a heck of a lot easier, because right now it just plays out of the buds, and it basically sounds like this when you're trying to find your AirPods. You hear that? No, you don't hear anything. That's the sound of nothing, because the feature doesn't work. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, I got a little excited there. My bad. I'm sorry. So let me actually answer your question now. When are AirPods Pro 2 coming? According to rumors, including this latest tweet from Guomin Chi, it says they are going to be coming in the second half of 2022. So if you're somebody that's really been wanting these, they are still on the roadmap for this year. It's just going to be a little bit longer. They're going to drop sometime between July and December, and I would put my bets on closer to the end of the year rather than sooner. And now we got more to talk about.
But first, a word from our sponsor.
I don't know if you guys have noticed that inflation is out of control. Like, I'm spending more at the grocery store every week, and the general stock market is more volatile than it's ever been. I've been like, okay, where can I actually invest my money? And I learned about art. That's why this video is sponsored by Masterworks, who gives everyone, not just billionaires, the ability to invest in famous Picasso, Banksy, and Basquiat paintings. Why art though? Because I was wondering the same thing. It's actually outpaced, believe it or not, the S&P 500 between 1995 and 2021 historically, and has almost no correlation to the traditional stock market. To be clear though, legally, past performance is not an indicator of future performance. I have to say that. Is this actually legit though? Yeah, of course. Masterworks is the first company to offer paintings backed up with the SEC like other public offerings, which is something I hadn't seen elsewhere. Okay, fine, but is anybody actually doing it? Yes, there are over 300,000 investors that have already signed up with Masterworks. In fact, there's a super extensive wait list, but when you guys use my special link down below and you go to masterworks.art/iupdate, you guys get to jump the entire line and get started investing in art today. And I worked real hard, all right? I flexed the muscles to get you that deal. So check out the link down below, masterworks.art/iupdate, and a huge thanks to Masterworks for sponsoring this video.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Now, while we're on the topic of headphones, does anybody else want to try to explain the whole Beats thing to me? I mean, I get that they're an Apple-owned brand and that they release new Beats throughout the year and that they have some different specialized models, but I also feel like they just broadly compete with AirPods Pro, especially the Beats Studio Buds in particular, which are like $100 less but have noise canceling penciling, have great battery life, and also have the same in-ear design. Now, I have weird ears. We've been over this before, so AirPods Pro and even Beats Studio Buds, they just don't work for me. It's just tough. It's tough when you can't use the most expensive Apple product and you gotta use the lower end stuff, but that's just my life, okay? Stop laughing. Listen, all joking aside, I did try the Beats Studio Buds when they came out around a year ago, but they just weren't for me. But if they were for you, or if you've been thinking about buying them, you might want to hold off just a little bit longer because Apple's preparing to drop some new colors. According to me, that's right, me, when I was on John's show and we switched, the switch channel thing for April Fools, I leaked this technically, it was very weird. Basically, it's from John Prosser that Apple is preparing to release 3 new colors for Beats Studio Buds. First is Moon Gray, second is Sunset Pink, and third is Ocean Blue. Listen, you don't have to laugh at my mock-up, okay? I know it's not great, but it does give you at least a sense of what these colors are going to be like. Now, there's no release date for these. I wasn't told that information. We just know that they are coming. And if there's one thing I love doing, it's coming. Why did you censor that part? I was talking about arriving somewhere. I was talking about how I love arriving places, or having people arrive to me, or having part of me arrive in somebody else. Long story short, Apple is dropping 3 new colors for the Beats Studio Buds, but I don't have an exact release date. I've seen screenshots and I know that they're working on it. Now, let's talk about the iPhone 14. Okay, I'm legitimately so excited for this episode. There's so much that I've been waiting to share because I have had a revelation. You guys might know that I was having some issues accepting the top of the iPhone 14. They should be in prison if this actually ships.
Dude, it's literally a hole in the middle of the screen. How could this look good? I'm an Apple fanboy, but even this, I mean, Steve Jobs would be rolling. This is too far for me.
Could we just take away the crayons from the design department? Like, I literally came up with this on my iPad by making a mistake here. Listen, I aside initially, I just didn't get it. I didn't see the vision. And that's because I never actually looked around the phone to know what this really meant. Like, up until this point, we had gotten some CAD models, but all in all, they were kind of weird, inconsistent, and I didn't have 100% confidence in any of them. But recently, we got a new batch of CADs, which are the engineering documents for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. These latest images come courtesy of Shrimp Apple Pro, and of course, I have to see that with a straight face, because if I even break to smile just a little bit, you'll think that that is a joke. No, these are actually from a person on the internet called Shrimp Apple Pro. Wow. Can everything Apple Pro just come back consistently? I miss you, man. And we got shrimps running the space now. So with that being said, let's jump into these new images here, which show us Apple's top of the line iPhone 14. And of course, you'll notice that there are similarities here with what we have heard from previous sources. Like 1, the camera bump is absolutely massive on this thing. Number 2, there aren't as many major design changes structurally around the phone that we can tell so far. And 3, of course, that Apple is adopting the hole and pill design in combination with one another. But guys, we just got a new rumor that has completely changed my perspective and has made me more excited for the iPhone 14 Pro in particular than I have been for any iPhone in history. And that's because along with these images that corroborate what we've been hearing according to Shrimp Apple Pro, he shared something in particular that I found fascinating, which was that the bezels on the iPhone 14 Pro were actually getting even slimmer, which that by itself would be pretty impressive even if it was 1% considering how slim they are already. But no, according to these new schematics, it is going to be a 20% reduction. So I hear that and I'm like, wait, 20% is a lot. And then I realized something. I realized that I've been focusing so much, every ounce of my focal point on this centerpiece, on the pill and the hole, and I was missing the rest of the story. Because if we zoom out and take a wider look at the iPhone 14 Pro, you see that the bezels are unlike anything on any smartphone. There's not a notch like the iPhone has had historically, and there's not a chin like we've seen on a lot of Samsung phones that have ultra slim bezels. Guys, the bezels are consistent all the way around. I don't know how I have missed this in all my videos, and I feel like an idiot for not seeing this before. But once I realized that Apple going with this new design on the front of the phone meant we would get even bezels, my whole view of the iPhone 14 Pro changed. My current relationship with my iPhone 13 changed, and honestly, my whole life changed. Guys, it made me realize that it was time to quit my job and hang up the polishing cloth, move to somewhere completely remote, completely away from technology, and pursue the thing I've been longing for. Can I not say that? I can't say that? Why do you... Stop bleeping me. Now they're not gonna know what it is. How am I supposed to tell them that is the secret to life if you're gonna keep bleeping it? Just know that it's... Well, there goes the plan of quitting my job. All right, joke's on me. I'm not quitting. I'm just gonna keep looking at these bezels on the iPhone 14 Pro and the fact that they're 20% thinner and just embrace the moment that for the first time in weeks, we have legitimately great news for the iPhone 14. And guess what? We're not talking about bad news here anymore. It is good vibes only at iUpdate. We could get a story tomorrow, which we will, that says something bad's gonna happen. I don't care. I don't care. I am living in the moment in 2022 and I'm talking about these rumors that are good to the day I die. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.